It never ceases to amaze me just how much gaslighting happens in the video game industry. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm Craig. Welcome to the Side Scrollers Podcast channel. We're live starting next week after a week off. So make sure you guys come on back Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. Hit the subscribe button. We're closing in on 100,000 subscribers. Like, we may be there here with your subscription. So go ahead and hit it right there. All right, we got to talk about this. Now, localization has been a big topic in the video game industry and anime and pretty much all entertainment from Japanese to English and vice versa over the last, I don't know, forever, right? It's been a long-standing conversation on our show. And I'll tell you what, we continue to unearth different localizers along the way who are there, and they can't get out of their own way of just sticking up their nose at you and saying, you're the idiot. No, we are right. Let's go to our first example today of this wonderful person. This person, their name is Katrina. Katrina Leonidakis. Katrina Leonidakis. There it is. Katrina Leonidakis. That's what it is. This is Katrina. And as a video game localizer, she looks nearly exactly as you'd expect. Now, here's the thing about Katrina is that she is a professional. This is what she does. And you, simple idiot online, you don't understand what it's like to be a localizer. You think you know Japanese. You think you know what it's like to translate. Of course you don't. Let's hear what she has to say about this in this snippy 31-second clip.
Not only that, but when you're subtitling, everybody can hear what they're saying. And you have a lot of people, especially young people like millennials and Gen Z, who got really into Japanese through anime. So they started learning a little bit of Japanese. So they are very loud on social media when they hear something and they're like, wait, that's not what the subtitle said. These people don't know what they're doing. And it's like, no, you guys, like, you know, this is a skilled profession. We know what we're doing. We didn't change it to spite you in your Japanese 101 class. Like, this is actually what they said. You just don't understand the challenges of it.
Sorry, I just couldn't contain myself. You don't understand it, you dummy. That's what I heard right there, and I'm pretty sure I understand that. Now, what about people who speak Japanese? Well, the first person in the comments below is it says, as someone who is actually fluent in this language, this is absolute BS. When I hear something that's off, but just a bit or literally culturally incapable to translate, it's whatever. I don't even know what this says, right? To thank you for the food, that's fine. I don't care. But when translation is really bad, and this is the key part, entire subtext is added or removed. Characters are given entirely different personalities. Heavy implications are added to relationships or situations. It can get absolutely awful, and it's usually consistent throughout the entire show. These small, tiny changes make big differences when it comes to characters that people care about. And that's the one thing that people that you see continuously over and over again. Look, you guys know I'm not a big consumer of Japanese culture, or at least Japanese anime and manga, however you pronounce it. You guys know that, right? The last thing I really watched was Voltron in 1988, right? But I did see the One Piece. One Piece is pretty good. Anyways, so look, like, this is not something that's very near and dear to me, but I know it's very near and dear to you. And I know there's a lot of people who play games that I don't necessarily play, right? But as pointed out by Smash over on Twitter, he puts this great. He says, localization isn't happy that people are educated. Gets in the way of the message, right? Don't worry. Subsequent gaslighting ensures you don't know what you're talking about, because these localizers are professionals and you're just the idiot. Absolutely, you dummy. Now, the funny thing about this is that when you look at Katrina here, and to be clear, I've never met Katrina. I don't know. She could be a wonderful person, but she fits the meme to a T. Look at that. This is straight up from Dire Wolf Mage over here. It fits the meme. That's right. And you can see the obviously the visual representation here, but here along the lines, it's not censorship, dude. I'm just removing any context that I find moral busybodies would find objectionable. Talks about punching up, right? The idea of being a failed writer. Openly admits he makes decisions just to own the gamers. but then gets mad if you say he has an agenda, right? He, him, they, them, she, her, z, zim, demon, demoner, whatever they want to go. What do you mean cultural context? Translators' notes are cringe. That's right. But we continue here, just doing a little bit deeper dive. I always like to see and learn more about these people because I always think there's a little more some context to this, right? People are more than just what you see on the top layer. So let's go to Katrina's to X handle here. Now you can see right here, localization producer, Japanese English specialist, worked for Sega and Funimation. Pronouns, she, her. These are important things you got to know about. And she, her loves translation theory, right? So she tells you a little about herself. I'm Katrina, professional translator and localization expert. I specialize in everything audiovisual, movies, TVs, games, anime, manga, and more. Click the tweet. Tweet to links to my professional talks, quick essays, and translation theory, and more. There's Katrina for you. Not that it matters, but she looks like a lovely she, her, right? Once again, I just like to point this out. There's the meme. There's Katrina, literally the meme. With that said, I went to Katrina's website to see what she's worked on. Katrina, she, her, has worked on a lot of things, to she, her's credit. Now, if you scroll down, you can see done some stuff with TV, right? High school. You can see all right here. Worked with Sega as Persona fans. You may want to go back and just take a look at these games. The Yakuza franchise right over here. Lots of different games along the way. Pretty much if it's Sega, she worked with it. Sega and Atlas over here. Did some anime along the way. So if you've seen any of these animes, you may want to take a look. This is a lot of animes and a lot of this dealing with Funimation and Crunchyroll, right? So this is something that you can see a lot of these. I don't know what these are, but she obviously went in and has done a lot of work along the way. Now, what's interesting here is she has received praise for her work one time. She got nice an accolade over here when 4 years ago. Good for her. Good for Katrina over here. But she continues here. Now, I thought it was interesting. I went back to her profile and I looked at her profile picture and I was like, what kind of ally is this? The Aegis CWA ally. So I did a little digging here and it turns out that she is an ally of this new union that is started for Sega workers. Now, this is courtesy of TheVerge.com. Sega workers form largest multi-department video game union in the U.S. Workers come from both of Sega of America's California offices across multiple departments. So there you go. So this is the Allied Employees Guild Improving Sega. Okay, so there we go. That's what it is right here. This is a guild, a union to improve Sega along the way. Now, of course, she's in a union. Why would she not? Why would she not support a union? Because this is exactly what she's fighting for. She's fighting to keep her job because we all know that when it comes to localization, these jobs will certainly be replaceable very, very soon, despite how smart and professional they may be, right? Because at the end of the day, AI is smarter than you and it is coming to take your job. So I thought that it'd be fun just to kind of finish up with a nice little message for Katrina here, and really all localizers who feel the need to stick up their nose at people who, because they clearly know better than you. And this is courtesy of Google Translate. And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty sure this is accurate. We'll just put it this way. You may recognize this.
AI will have your job soon. You're fired.
And just for fun, let's listen to it in Japanese.
もうすぐ AI があなたの仕事を奪うでしょう。あなたは解雇です。
Good luck, Katrina. Hey, if you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe button. Hey, we're closing in on 100,000 subscribers. Easy for me to say. Also, go watch a video here, subscribe here. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time.